What's going on, guys? I'm here to show you how to make my chicken tortilla soup using a Vitamix blender. So I found this recipe on YouTube, and I kind of just tweaked it a little bit myself. I made some yesterday, and a lot of people asked me what the recipe was, so I'm here to show you how to make it for yourself. So if you're not familiar with the Vitamix blender, this is a very powerful blender, and the blades go so fast that after a certain amount of time, it's able to heat up what's in the blender to a boiling point. So you don't need any stove, you don't need anything like that. Just the blender itself and some fresh vegetables. Everything I used was fresh, with the exception of a couple of things that is optional to use fresh. And I'll get to that, tell you what that is in a little bit. So to start off, you're gonna need 1 cup of water. And the amount that I'm going to show you guys how to make today is should make about 5 cups, so I guess 3 decent sized bowls of soup. But you can adjust it based off of how many people you're serving. You're going to use 2 fresh carrot sticks. Just put it right in the blender. You're gonna need a couple little slithers of red pepper. I don't really do a lot of precise measuring. I just kind of eyeball it. So, like I said, just adjust it to your liking. You got about, I don't know what you would call this. Just some onion, some white onion. You can kind of go off of, I guess, what you see in the video here. Put that in there. So we got some fresh celery sticks. Don't get the hearts, get the whole celery sticks with the leaves and everything. You want all that nutrients in your soup, Go ahead and crush that up and throw that right in the blender. 3 or 4 fresh basil leaves, throw that in there. 2 whole Roma tomatoes, specifically Roma. I like this flavor of tomatoes a little bit better than other varieties, but these are Roma tomatoes. Just put the whole tomato right in there. You're gonna need chicken bouillon cubes or vegetable bouillon. You can use either or. This is just powdered. You can use the powder or the cubes. It's basically the equivalent of chicken broth, basically, just without the water. Got some pink Himalayan salt here. You can also just kind of eyeball this. Gonna put, I guess, about 1/3 of a teaspoon in there. And after it's done, you can always adjust that to your own liking. I put a little sprinkle of cayenne pepper. When I made it yesterday, I used a whole jalapeno pepper, and that was honestly a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. Came out way too spicy for my liking, but it was still good. But the jalapeno pepper, I don't have one right now, but you can take a jalapeno pepper and put however much you feel, what your taste buds like, and go ahead and eyeball the jalapeno. A little sprinkle of black pepper in here. And as far as the things that I was telling you that are optional to use fresh or preserved, would be the chicken breast. This is not going in right now, so I'm using canned chicken breast because it's just simple and it's a lot quicker. But you can also cook your own chicken breast on the stove and or in the oven and just throw that in there as well. And the other thing would be the garlic. This is basically fresh garlic, but it's in a jar. It's just chopped up already. You can use either, actually I need to put this in now. You need to use about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, or you can use, I guess, the equivalent of 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, depending on how much you like garlic. So go ahead and put that in there. Close this up ASAP because it does not smell good. And I believe that is it. Oh, and you're gonna need about 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of taco seasoning. All of the seasonings, you can kind of just eyeball it to your own liking. and then adjust it as you go on. So the next step would be putting the lid on and pretty much just blending it, cutting it on. You're gonna blend it at high speed for 7 minutes, 7 to 9 minutes until the pitcher feels hot. Alright, so it's been about 6 or 7 minutes. It's been blending consistently, haven't touched it. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I say that the blender cooks it. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that steam? So there was no stove or any extra heat needed. That was all the blender's work. So now I'm going to get back to the final step, which is the chicken. And the presentation, of course. So once you blended all of your vegetables and your main ingredients and stuff up, you pretty much have your soup base. Now with the chicken, whether you decide to use fresh chicken or canned chicken breast like I did, you want to put it in there. The last step, making a mess here, and then put your blender back. Put your top back on, and you want to just gently blend the chicken in because you don't want the chicken completely mashed up too. You want it just nice and diced up nicely in your soup. So I'll go ahead and use the pulse feature here. Oh, I'm making a big mess. Don't do what I do. So that's pretty much all you need to do with the chicken. So, and I messed up my shoes. So yeah, don't do this a little bit neater than I'm doing, because I am making a big mess here. But yes, the soup is pretty much complete. Show y'all what it looks like in a bowl. Go ahead and bring you guys over to the stove. And go ahead and pour some soup in the bowl. And see. That's what it looks like. And the final touch, your choice of tortilla chips. I'm using some lime Tostitos. Take a couple of tortilla chips. Crush it right on top. And I like to use a little bit of parsley to garnish. And there you have it. There's your chicken tortilla soup. My camera cut off on me, but I gotta taste my own product, so let me see what it tastes like. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt to the whole picture. Other than that, it's A1. I highly recommend it. You can take my recipe and just tweak it however you want to. Like I said, as far as the quantity of vegetables and water and all that, you can kind of just adjust that, eyeball everything on your own, depending on how much you want to make. But yeah, it's very simple. A whole however much of soup in less than 10 minutes. All right, thanks for watching.